Hey everybody, this is Ryan, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Skyrim. Now, unfortunately, I made this whole video, and then I listened to the playback, and my mic didn't record, which was very, very frustrating. So, I'm doing a voice narration, and I'm going to try to sync everything up, and who knows how this is going to work, but let's keep our fingers crossed for the best. Okay, so in this episode, there's only going to be one spoiler, and it is the mace that I use. It is one of the, I believe it to be one of the higher end maces in the game. I'm not going to say the name of it. The name of it never shows up on the screen, so there's no stats, there's no nothing for the effects, none of that stuff. You just see what it looks like. But if you want to know the name of it, the stats, how I got it, etc., just send me a message. I will be more than happy to tell you. But, you know, for those that don't, that just want to try to find it on their own, have at it. It is amazingly cool. I'm so happy I got it. And I am wearing the Dwarven armor, which is, I believe it to be tier 3 for the heavy armors. I made the whole thing myself. Smithing's not very hard. I think it's kind of too easy, actually. Once you know where to find the metal, it's I don't know. It's kind of a joke. It's really, really too easy to make, and you can sell it and make pretty good money if that's something you want to do. But at the same time, money isn't too hard to come by. But I still love the system. I'm glad they put it in there. It's just, I don't know, maybe a little too easy for my taste. The shield that I'm using is a standard. I think it's just a iron. No, it's not an iron shield. It's the one above that, and I can't think of the name right now. But it has a really nice buff. It's like plus 20% blocking or something like that. So I can't turn that down. That's for sure. And you're about to see the mace, and oh, look at that thing. That just looks so terrible. Oh my god, that weapon is incredible. I would never want to be bashed in the head with anything, but especially that. That's pretty high on the list of things I don't want to get bashed in the head with. Granted, there are a lot of things I don't want to be bashed in the head with, but there's one of them. If you ever wanted to know, that is one of the things I don't want to be bashed in the head with. Alright, so I originally said that I was going to do the Companions Guild quest, and I ended up just doing it on my own. I thought, you know, it's like, oh, this is too important to show to people. I don't want to have spoilers. People, you know, if they're watching videos, they want to see it just to learn about the game. They don't want to have stuff spoiled for them. I don't want to have stuff spoiled for me. So I didn't record it, and it was a good thing because there's a huge spoiler like 10 seconds in. It's like the first thing you do is get hit with a spoiler. Or I guess what would be a major plot line. So yeah, so I'm not going to show it. What I've decided to do is there are these miscellaneous quests, and I wouldn't even call them secondary quests because they're just, a lot of them turn out to be nothing. Just, hey, you did this, here's 100 gold, thanks. There's something I show off right here. Oh, I loot this body first. It's these fire traps that are in the game, and they're kind of hard to see until they are burning the hell out of you. Alright, now if you look on the floor here, you can see some purple stuff. Right there, I'm looking right at it. Now, if you ever see this, if you look up, there's these little balls up there. Now, if you were to shoot one of these balls with a spell or an arrow, whatever, they fall down to the ground, and very intense fire lots of pain, lots of hurting. The same goes if you can shoot a spell at it. I've never shot anything besides a fireball, so I don't know if anything else would work. But that will ignite them too. And so even though they do a lot of damage to you, well, of course they do a lot of damage to your enemies as well. And I've actually, when I first started, I had to kite a boss of a dungeon back to one of those, and that was how I killed him. Anyway, so yeah, there's these miscellaneous quests, and usually they don't turn out to be they turn out to be nothing. Sometimes they turn out to be something pretty significant. I had one earlier that was just it was a drinking contest, and it's like you know something's gonna come of it. You talking to this guy, you're just like, I don't trust you. Like if I take this drink, you know, I'm gonna wake up and my kidney is gonna be gone, or I'm gonna be sore in places I don't want to be sore. So I saved the game first before I did it, and it sent me off on this wild quest, and I could not believe the reward I got. It was really cool, and this game's full of stuff like that. So like, I'm obviously not going to show that, but this quest, it was just, hey, my brother's a vampire, go kill him. Okay. And you know, if they turn into something bigger than, you know, just, oh hey, thanks for doing what I said, I'll put a spoiler up at the beginning, or maybe I won't even show it, because you know, I know a lot of you guys are going to play this game and you want to come across this stuff on your own. This is actually a kind of a crazy room right here. Lots of vampires. I think blocking is kind of underpowered right now compared to just spamming heals, basically. I'm sure it gets better if you put all your skill points into it and once you get a higher end shield. But right now I'm like level 21 or 22, and really if I just spam heals like I'm doing right now, that is way more effective than trying to actually block damage. And I don't think it should really be like that, but well, that's the way it is. There's some really good things you can put into the restoration skill tree, and I actually show that off at the end. I go over the skills that I've put in and kind of show you guys where I put them and where I haven't put them, so you guys can get kind of an idea of what's out there, and I give my thoughts on why I did it. So mainly so you guys can say, oh well, actually, you know, if you do this, it does this. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm just a damn idiot then. But yeah, it's just my thoughts on it. I think lock picking is way too hard to level up. And actually, I kind of go into it a little. I guess I'll save it for that, because I remember I was talking about that when that happened. And you can see on I got 68 one-handed. I'll cover this stuff in a little bit, try to match it up with what I think I was talking about at the time. So I cleared out this room of vampires. And with lockpicking, I do, every time I come across something, I always open it. You can see my skill, it's only, you know, 33 out of 34. And that's with opening virtually every single lock I've come across. There were a few master locks that I didn't even waste my time with. And other than that, I mean, I guess I could like break into people's houses, but you know, I don't want to do that. I always play the good guy. I play the hero, but at the same time, don't mess with me, because I'll bash your fucking face in. Don't cross me. I'm the good guy until you cross me, and then I will murder you and your entire family and all of your relatives just because you crossed me. So that's the character I like to play. So I'm not going to be breaking into people's houses. I don't know, I guess this character I've played a little bit more bad. I've stolen some stuff. I usually don't do all that, but I have a little bit in this one. Alright. Yeah, you always got to really look around. There's always potions in these bookshelves. So, you always got to look. You always got to check out the books that are on the bookshelf too. Because a lot of times they'll hide some sort of skill book in there. And I've come across plenty of rooms like this where it's just a random locked room. And it basically works out to a chest, in my opinion. You're going to get some potions. You might get an item. You might not get a magical weapon or piece of armor. But a lot of times there's a skill book in here. There's always potions, usually some money. See, there's a skill book. Illusion, which I'll never use. But got a dagger, which I won't use, but I will, of course, sell. So you always want to get into these rooms. And, you know, and of course, you want to use your lockpick just to get the skill up. But always want to check this stuff. And here's another free lock. Yeah, lockpicking is the one thing that I would say it's really worth going to the trainer and basically buying your way through lockpick. It has some pretty good skill points to put into later. Not the first couple. The first couple are pretty boring, but later it has the like your lockpick never breaks. One of them, it'll start you closer to where the opening spot is. I show those in a little bit, I think. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think the money spot to get the lock to open doesn't change. I'm pretty sure in Oblivion it changed every single time, which of course didn't make any realistic sense. But I think it stays the same in this game, which is the way it should have been. Okay, we're getting pretty close to the vampire boss here. I get a little confused because I see this room and it's like, I don't want to go in here. So I think I try to come out and find a different way to go. It's like, why would I walk into this room? I mean, it's like, yeah, okay. There's wolves down here. They're obviously behind these cages. And there's the guy I want, and he's up there just waiting for me to walk in so he can release his wolves and kill me. This doesn't seem like a good situation. And I kind of screw up. I wanted to actually talk to him to see if there was maybe another side to this, some sort of a continuation. But I couldn't find my way up there, and so I was like, well, this is the only thing I can do. And of course, I save it before because things go wrong very quickly in this game. Everything's going good, and then you're dead. Alright, here's just a standard wolf. Not much of a challenge. Alright, so he's just standing up there, and he, you know, I bet we could have talked because he's not red. Oh, man. See, like, that's close enough. I really bet we could have talked. Maybe there would have been another side to this. Oh well, he's dead now. What are you gonna do? Yep, so I just shoot a little ice spike at him. They release the wolves, and I could have sworn they released the wolves. I guess they don't. You see, I'm just spamming heals again. Blocking just. No, I don't. I think it's underpowered at the moment. But then again, I am using a tier 2 shield, so. Alright, I almost get him, and then he runs away here. But it's actually kind of funny because he goes invisible, but there's this freaking arrow. There's this arrow right above his head telling me where to go. So yeah, I don't think he was counting on that when he made himself invisible. Alright, now it's just a mop-up duty. Yield nothing. Dead now. Yeah, he didn't really have anything on him either. Hope I didn't miss anything of significance. Those are the kind of unique death things that play out. They don't happen every time. And I'd say it doesn't happen enough to be annoying either. It's kind of rare enough that it's just when it happens, it's usually cool. I got a thing that makes it so my one-handed, I can't find my way up there at the moment, and I'm trying to figure that out. I think I actually stopped the video here in a second. But I got this one-handed skill that decapitates your enemies, and when you have the sword, it looks cool because you cut off his head. But when you have a mace, it's like you hit them hard enough that their head just flies off of their body, just like a clean break. And that is hitting with some force. Alright, I find my way up here now. Now it's just a matter of finding the boss chest. And there's kind of a cool one with the swords where you where you grab him and you stick your sword through his stomach. I really like that animation. That's probably my favorite animation, actually. But I won't be seeing that until I can find a sword of equal or greater value, because this mace is incredible. Yeah, I really like the look of it. I don't know how much I like the look of the dwarven armor. Here's the boss chest. I don't think I get anything out of this. Yeah, nothing. I don't really like the look of it. It makes sense if you know the Oblivion history, or I guess excuse me, the Elder Scrolls history of the dwarfs. So it makes sense from that standpoint. But I still don't like the look. You know, of course I'm happy they stayed true to how it should look, but I don't know. I'll be happy when I get to upgrade it. And I've also when you put points into smithing, you can upgrade your stuff even more. So yeah, you create it, but then you can upgrade it. And so I have tier 3, which I think is exquisite. So you can add I don't even know however much armor to each of your pieces. And so at this point, I just head back and I turn in the quest, get my crappy reward, and then we will take a look at some skill points. Yeah, actually, I have one just sitting there now because I can't really decide what I want to do with it. Some of them are kind of underwhelming, but I will say that at level 21, 22, whatever I am, 22, I feel like an absolute badass, especially with this mace, and this mace helps a lot. But I feel very, very powerful, but at the same time not overpowered. You know, I can definitely go into a room and get overwhelmed. But I love how I feel. It's just I feel like I want to. I feel very powerful that I can just go in and kill whoever I want. And I've had a really nice balance of using the spells and the one-handed weapons. They flow really nicely, and I don't think I don't feel like I'm behind in leveling up any of my skills either. There's when you first start the game, you come across some stones, and one of the stones give you a bonus for like 20% increase to one-handed weapons experience. And so I use that. Alright, so here it is. You can definitely see where I've I've spent my time and where I haven't. All these spells category skill trees, they have this thing where, you know, you can see apprentice and novice, and they do half the spell cost, which is big. I didn't buy the dual casting because I'm always going to be using a one-handed weapon. I'll probably put some points into the freeze ice one because you have the ability to paralyze your targets. You can freeze them if their health is low, and then I could just bash them in the face repeatedly. Yeah, I go to Restoration next. There's some really cool ones in Restoration. You see, they have the main stuff like all the others, but then they have this one which does 50% more on healing spells, which is huge. And then they have this one which is really cool. The first level of this is actually 25% faster, but I will be buying the second tier of that, and that avoid death back behind it. That next one, that does when you once a day when you drop below 10%, it does an automatic heal of like 250 hit points or something like that. Really cool. You see my enchanting's at 31. That is 100% from disenchanting items. I have not enchanted anything. All I've done is disenchant, and I got all the way up to 31. And so when I do actually enchant some stuff, I should have some good stuff. All right, here's the smithing. Like I said, you know, it's I don't quite know how I feel about how it progresses, but yeah. Here's heavy armor. I will put a lot of points into here. You feel very strong. You'll probably recognize a lot of these from Oblivion, like the you know, the 25% bonus. Here's the matching set, 25 if you're wearing all of the same like steel or dwarven armor, whatever. So yeah, you can do get pretty powerful, some very high armor levels. And it also has on this left side here, it has the your armor weighs nothing perk, which is always very nice if you're heavy armor. I think my dwarven stuff weighs like 90 pounds or something like that, so quite a bit. Block is next. You can see it's only 35. I haven't been blocking that much because, well, it's more effective to have a spell out, to have a healing spell and just go that route. And then I must be. I thought everything had frozen here, but it looks like the video is still playing. The perks you get from that really aren't that good. There's nothing really exciting. They have like the shield bash, which is of course nice if like the guy you're attacking is also blocking all your attacks. He's parrying them, but yeah, it didn't get me. Nothing in here gets me excited. And when I'm level 22 and the soft cap is at level 50, I kind of want to get some good cool things, at least see some cool things further down the road, and I just don't. And some of the perks just really don't get me all that excited. One-handed, obviously, where I've spent all my time, and here there's not even really anything cool. I'm never gonna dual wield because, well, I always have a spell or a shield. This one's really nice. This is the decapitate your enemies skill, and that's really the only one that I really like to see. There's critical charge, but critical charge you have to be sprinting and do a power attack, which is incredibly hard to make it work out, especially to use one of your perk points. And then the one at the end of the line here is 25% paralyze, and so it's like, yeah, okay, that could have some value. I'll probably get that. But these other three, you have axe, mace, and swords, and I don't want to put 3 perks into those and then, you know, find this awesome sword later. I don't know. I really hate it when games do that, and unfortunately, they did. So I don't know if I'll put points into those or not. Maybe at the end when I'm trying to find a place to put a point, I'll look into that stuff. I definitely haven't mapped it out. And you can see I haven't done anything in those. Here's the lock picking. Really not a whole lot to get excited about until later. I don't care about any of these. Golden Touch, Treasure Hunter. Golden Touch means more gold. Treasure Hunter, maybe. You get a higher chance to find treasure items, but I don't know. You know, because I'd have to get the Golden Touch one to get it, and there are much better ones up ahead here. Up ahead, you'll see, you know, the locksmith one. I think that's the one. I don't know if I look at him here. Locksmith is the one where you start closer to the money spot, but look, requires 80, and that's a lot. And then Unbreakable have the Unbreakable lockpicks, which if you have Unbreakable lockpicks, it doesn't really matter if you can easily unlock master locks. So don't waste your skill point there if you get to that point. And let's see what we take a look at next. Speech. That's just because I sell so much stuff. I sell everything I get, really. So yeah, that's why that has gotten up. And then I haven't put any points in any of these things. This is something I would like to put some points into. I feel like if you put the points in and you really learned the recipes, that could be pretty valuable. But I don't know. It's just maybe I'll start doing it now since there's nothing that gets me really excited. But yeah, there's just, I don't know. I never use poisons. I try to kill faster than I would ever need poisons. So poisons aren't a big thing. And since I'm so heavy on the spells, you know, the restoration spells, I don't really need to heal. Of course, the thing would be potions to restore your magic, but you know, I can always buy a good supply of those before I head out. So I don't know. Maybe that'll be at the end when I'm trying to fill points. But you know, it's still to get to that soft cap. I don't have all that many more perks to hand out. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, I guess. Alright, and I guess it's getting kind of towards the end of the video. So I will go ahead and say my goodbyes. And next time we'll hopefully do another one of these miscellaneous quests that just let you guys see the game without spoiling too much. So that's just kind of the plan for the future of this series until later once people have had a chance to play. So that'll do it. And thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, see you guys.